Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Windy Meadow, a Roadwarden Tale. We're picking up in Euducia's story. Her and Salvia are in the woods doing their thing. We'll just pick it up with this line of dialogue.
And be sure to look into the well. Might have just been a dream, but let's not risk it.
I'll do my best. Try to clean up a bit. So we're going off into the forest on our own now, are we? Just me and the clouds. A little slice apiece. It's the first time we've seen the griffin. This is Arata. I don't think we've spoke. Oh no, Arata's the quiet one, isn't she? I think.
Oh, good morning, Udi. You could be a farmer waking up this early.
Let's have a look at the map. Whereabouts is the noble griffin farm? Here we go. Arata's farm is placed here as the last line of defence against monsters. If a beast is hungry enough to ignore all the spells around our forest garden, it's better for it to steal a sheep than to hunt for our neighbours. Probably. Hello. Well, I could look after the chickens.
Oh, you say that now, but wait until they get scared by a marten. Then it's nothing but combing the tree crowns for them all morning. I'd rather get me some pigeons. They hardly need any work. But every time we tried to keep them, they flew back to the hills.
Say, how's your mum doing? Should I see her?
Oh, she won't let you. She sleeps all day long. Whenever she's awake, she either sobs or shouts. Once we bring her some water and some mashed apples, she stares at the ceiling until she passes out.
And her medicine?
You know how it is. A few drops here, a few there. It's so bitter. She says we're poisoning her. I don't know how to calm her down anymore.
Her lungs won't get any stronger. She may need your honesty.
Oh, come on, girl. I can't be that cruel.
Truth may help you both find some peace.
Mum has always been brave, you know.
Let's say who her mum is. Lana, a farmer and animal breeder. Half a century ago, she overcame the plague that killed thousands, and then she offered refuge to all desperate travellers, especially orphans. Her shell has been frail ever since and is now on the verge of death.
Of course, she's a hero. She escaped beasts, bandits, and tax collectors.
What do you...
A shell may still win. Shell may still win. Just one more time.
You're right. Keep praying. Keep fighting.
Right. She won't leave me with all these damn griffins. I still need her help, and I don't plan to give up on my visits to Tasty Claw yet.
I'm sure Stabulus wants to see you there as often as possible. Well, time to go. Stay strong, Arata.
You as well. You as well.
Hey, anyone inside? Some alone? This is the hut where we set the forest fire, wasn't it? The cabin is about my age, and I used to rest inside before crossing the bridge. Now my days are too short to let me waste time like that. Still no wasps, but the raccoons keep paying everywhere. Should talk with Lacert about this spot. Has no human scent. Sooner or later, a bear will move in.
Why do we even keep this place around?
Arata's kids are in the city. She's got enough space and rooms for our guards and hunters. And I'll also have a room to spare. Once Salvia's gone. Oh, I guess I'd rather not have some strangers distracting me. Limos, isn't it?
How many centuries need to pass before the tribes figure out a recipe for fish that would go well with cider? I'm sick of matching it with beer.
How many centuries before you learn how to remove every fish bone for me? Trying to kill me, lizardhead?
Oh, don't be a crybaby.
Open? Let's see where we are. A little watchtower thing. Just on the other side of the river here. The stone watchtower is the oldest building, or rather the oldest ruin, in Windy Meadow. Every kid in the village gets scolded at least once for climbing to its top. Good day to you two. Feasting on the regular, I see. But am I catching a whiff of malt?
You want to join us? We're celebrating.
Ah, what's the occasion?
Our anniversary. Oh, just take a look at these new fish hooks. Real beauties.
Oh, it's nothing. Back in my day, all we needed was a pile of sharp sticks. I bet Vina could still remind you how to hunt without a set of fancy rods and nets.
Tell me if you feel any pain. I'd recommend avoiding the old fishing methods for someone who's missing a limb. Just a herbalist's opinion.
He's just an oaf, always chipping in, blabbering on about things he knows nothing about.
Nuh-uh. These wouldn't let keep you safe from the leeches.
Even in the old days I wouldn't fish with just a pointed stick. You'd need allies, and you'd throw half your catch to saurians as a bargain. I'll take the new methods any day. There's no at all, thank you, darling.
Hey, say thanks to Salvia, this one's on her.
Yeah, we should visit her. They've just been so busy the last few days. Folks open their sheds and find all these broken tools.
Ah, she'd appreciate it.
Maybe you need something from the smithy?
Oh, I doubt you got enough iron to spare for a new ladle.
Maybe not, but I can make one from wooden shells. Now, want to join us? The air's fresh, the beer cold.
Aye, another time. Got the entire tribe to look after.
Suit yourself. To me, moments like these are worth more than a sack of dragon bones.
Sack of dragons, I'd totally ditch you.
Oh, you wouldn't know what to spend it on.
Victor's. So where are we now? We're in this little house. Victor and his wife were expected to have a large family, like his parents, so they secured a spot in this large house. But now he'll have to share the space with another couple.
Is there anything else we can try? I'll get you any ingredients you need, even from the darkest woods.
Why, we tried everything that's in our power. I'm so sorry.
You want me to leave her like this, in eternal sleep?
We can't allow it. Her shell grows weaker by the day. We're lucky Inmara still swallows food and water. Once the bed sores appear, she's gonna wither in pain.
Is there anything I can do? Don't you have a secret magic potion or a powder touched by the spirits? I'll pay you, no matter how much you want.
I wish there was.
Oh, look at me talking nonsense.
The last thing I can think of is taking her to the city. Not that many herbalists there, but there are scholars, alchemists and mages. They'll ask you for a pile of dragons.
Evolo, he offered to lend me as many bones as I need. I'll worry about that later.
He feels safe with you around. You deserve his help.
We paid those healers to help Mum, and they left us with a lighter purse, nothing else. Can any even endure such a journey?
You know I can't promise you that, but no mage would waste their time travelling here. They'll stay behind their stone walls unless someone drags them out of there.
I've also heard these rumours, something about goblins approaching the village. You know anything about this?
Goblins?
Oh, Dad found the paw prints. If they were to attack the village, my sword could save lives.
Ah, don't be dramatic. Some big apes won't threaten our tribe. But no, focus on your own problems.
Oh, you're right. Should speak with Vartius and Evolo, and my family too. They'll help me decide what to do next.
Great. If they have any questions about Innie, tell them to speak with Salvia.
One more thing. You're not going to agree to this, but I still need to ask you.
You freeze, thinking about being torn away from your home, about the endless disasters it would cause, a rock slide of threats, losing your hut, woods, rituals, and familiar faces, your last moments of comfort, of breath. Oh, I'm needed here. Salvia's in bad shape. She's too weak to look after the tribe. Can barely walk.
You're right, I'm being selfish.
I'll ask around. Maybe someone else would be willing to join you. You're strong, Victus. You can do this.
I simply have no time to despair. All I can do is put trust in the right.
Alia, in the village, before dusk. Yet still talks to no one, keeps her distance. I mean, she did ask me not to bother her too. Still responsible for her health. Good day, Nalia.
I'm sorry. Oh, greetings, herbalist.
Need any help?
Medicine and such? I'll pass.
Maybe with your cat?
I'm not sure. It's just kind of sitting there. It doesn't even cry. It's been 2 hours already.
What's the cat's name? Oh, she actually said, does the cat have a name?
Oh, not really. Kind of a waste of time naming a pet that lives so close to the woods. So many gluttons here, and foxes.
And badgers?
Badgers are slow.
It's a pretty short tree. The cat can just jump down.
It's afraid of the cobblestone. It's used to the views of the forest and to having the lower branches to support it.
Makes sense. Human hands carve rather unusual landscapes.
Yet we can't outdo nature. Trust me, the things I've seen. But that's a long story.
We could ask someone for help. Plenty of strong arms around here and ladders. We could take it out of the tree.
I'd rather give it some space.
What for?
Call it building trust. I'll let it ask me for help first.
Got the patience for it?
At this point, I'm past patience. I'm going to outstubborn it.
Are you attached to it? But you have grown attached to it.
No doubt about it.
Still no name?
Names are inventions, like words. It's not like a cat could understand them.
You sure about that?
No.
If you need my help, just ask.
Well, do you know anything about cats? It started peeing around the house.
Ah, this and that. Could grab some gloves and have a look tomorrow. I'd speak with the rat too. She's our beastmaster.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'll see you around.
Yeah.
Now I feel 10 years older. Thanks, cat.
Any news?
Aye, we heard about the goblin, Finn. Better speak with the hunters.
I will.
So, what do you have for me?
Vectus is thinking about leaving for the city with Inmara. Someone may want to join them.
Oh, him leaving?
Oh, sucks. I'm sorry, Eudusha. Yeah, thanks. All good with you?
All good, all good. Just need some time to think is all.
Two monkeys there now.
What about this one?
Looks similar, but it's poisonous. The colour and shape are right, but the cap needs to be round.
Well, this time I only made 2 mistakes.
Good job.
Soon I'll be ready to put my finds in the stew without your help.
I don't mind teaching you. It's part of my job. Just spread some knowledge on your own, making my life easier.
May not be easy to sprinkle the mushroom hunting lessons on top of my sermons, but I'll do my best. Truth be told, the mushrooms are just step 1. I wanted to move on to the berries next, once they show up on the shrubs.
Can't you just bring them to our hut like all the others? I'll pick them only from the plants the foragers look after.
I guess it won't be much of a secret for long now, so, I'm considering leaving, at least for a year. And since I no longer have a goat beast to ride on, I'd rather take an example from the wayfarers.
Hoping to fill your stomach with berries and mushrooms? Good luck with that.
Oh, better safe than sorry.
I only know the local plants, and a year sounds like a long journey.
I hope to learn some patterns from you. I won't memorize all the berries, but I could figure out which types to avoid.
Fine. Why leave it all? The roads are rough.
Hard to explain. Let me see. There's this one village in the far west. It used to mean a lot to me, but for more than a year now it's been weirdly quiet. No news, no merchants. On my way there, I want to visit a few other spots I used to protect. See how they've changed. Let's call this one last patrol before the autumn of my life catches up with me.
So, you've got a death wish?
Like the tablets say, her regret was what she chose, not what fell upon her. I'm trying to figure out how I feel. If I'd rather risk my remaining years completing abandoned duties, making things right, or staying here, but swallowing the bitter truth about myself. But what this truth is, I'm not sure.
That you've made mistakes?
Thankfully, I've gotten pretty good at forgiving myself. But speaking of soul-searching, You mentioned that Victus needs to talk with me, and I'll go to him soon, of course, but since you two are like siblings, how do you feel?
Not good. But I can't ask Victus to stay. Right now he needs my help, not the other way round.
Oh, well, let's not lose hope.
No sermons, please.
Not because of the ride's promises, but because Victus has a strong soul and a shell trained in combat. Because he's healthy and he has a family and friends. Because it's still early spring.
You want me to draw hope from my wets?
Well, since you don't pray, why not try this way?
These are really minor characters, so I didn't really give them particular voices, I don't think.
My eyes play tricks on me. The young witch has left her hideout.
I've got two things to discuss.
Shoot.
My neighbours will offer you all a decent meal for a cart full of leftover branches. We need them for fire.
Oh, we're lacking decent logs. We can only spare the twigs.
I thought you were supplying stabulus.
Oh, he asked us first.
Huh. Next question then. When will you set off? We've got an important delivery.
Tell us more.
Victus and his daughter.
Oh, I thought you meant like a letter.
So I misspoke. Could you leave tomorrow?
We're waiting for a caravan to pick us up.
The guild will send a few empty wagons and a squad full of guards, and we're already behind schedule.
You could pay us, I guess, for mercenary work, but we'll split the coin with our bosses, so we won't be cheap.
Discuss the price with Evolo.
Shouldn't we go to Victus?
Like I said, go to Evolo.
Fine, fine.
Cheers. I won't bother you any longer. Let's see where they are. So they are all the way in the east over here. The city needs wood for some sort of temple, I think, but they've been cutting our trees a bit too eagerly. We should be fine, but we can't afford other large changes to our woods.
Nope.
Oh, no problem.
Ape shit. Seems like we'll miss your big day.
We'll save you a bottle of mead.
Too bad I won't get to see you in a wedding dress, though.
I bet you can't wait till the ceremony, huh? You try to ignore their strange gaze, the flickering flames, the loud creatures of the night, the long walk home that's still ahead of you. Despite the cold night, sweat is gathering on your forehead. All you want is to get away, to leave the weight of this long day behind. 3 responses of I don't know. I don't know, think so. Kind of. Bye.
Sure. Bye. Loony Yudi, right?
Day 3. Oh no, they're both, well, they're sisters, aren't they? So although I gave Firma an Irish accent earlier on, it was it was kind of accidental they'd both end up with one. But they're both going to sound pretty similar. My younger sister, while my parents have cast me aside, they've kept her under their roof, and she's still friendly toward them. Since she's a guard, I guess she's got enough time to restore her patience. How are you, Yudi? So now you're saying it just to annoy me? Great. Do you consider that your name's kinda long? So what's next? You'll call Lacerta Lacey, or Argentia Argy. Maybe lazy and arguey. Sigh. I'm drinking the herbs you gave me. The tisane. I can see it's been working. Yep, no acne. Remember to stay away from milk, but give some hard cheese a try. It sounds like she's lactose intolerant. I've been missing it so much I'd drink it anyway, pustules or no pustules, and I'd lie to you about it. Your skin wouldn't outsmart anyone. How are you holding up? It could be better. Wish I spent some more time with Victus this spring. This may be the last day I ever see him. Well, who knows if we'll make it till summer anyway, with those goblins around. The spirits are testing our patience. All the right. Sure. Don't know Victus all that well, but even I'm sad to see him leaving. You'd like him. Everyone does. I guess. Some people are unhateable. Look who's talking. Last time that what's-his-face Arata's son visited Windy Meadow, he kept asking me about you. Once I mentioned that you work late hours, he looked at me as if I'd broken his toy. Oh, Elan, I used to go out with him. First time I'm hearing about this. Good. He and I share some, secrets. Huh? You know, shared enjoyment. Ah, come on now. Oh, I see. He's married now, so keep that between us. Keeping secrets is the foundation of my job. I know. And you have Ebola? Don't even finish. But have you? How was it? What are you, 12? And what's the point of asking if you're going to assume that we have? Who else will talk with you about this? There ain't much to talk about. We had fun. It was cute and clean, and that's all. It takes time to open up to each other and learn how to have fun together. Tell that to all the spouses who asked Sylvia if eating salmon would help them reignite their beds. Oh? Your friends are coming?
Brackus, greetings, witch. We're sorry to interrupt. Duty calls.
I'm ready to go. What's your plan, or is it a secret? I can't remember Periga's voice. I think she was just a bit stern. Have no fear. Latra and Vina will set up a trap in the forest garden. We're heading there right now to have a look around. Guess I won't have a chance to forage anytime soon. At least not without an escort. Can't say I approve of you staying at the hut. Maybe try moving your master to the stronghold. Nights may get violent. Can't convince her to cut down on the herb she puts in her pipe. Her routine is sacred.
Then let's hope those furry dimwits stay away from her.
So? Bye, oh wise witch. Want me to say anything to Mum and Dad? Thank you. But I can't think of anything. Sure, see you soon. Question. Listening? You saw what happens to a village that falls to the wrath of the herds. It's not really a question, is it? Tell me about it. Afraid of the goblins? Why are we looking at the map again? We know where this is. We've seen that before. Afraid of the goblins? I hope our forest garden won't suffer. It was nourished by our tribe. I'd be heartbroken if something were to happen to it.
Oh, don't worry. No apes are going to threaten our trees. They may take away some eggs or berries or maybe trample a few herbs, but they'll respect the land.
I wonder if goblin dads and moms discipline their children, teach them restraint.
Oh, can't say I know the answer to that.
I guess you want to think our rituals would stop the goblins from taking our hut by storm?
Unless there's, I don't know, 50 of them?
The other homes aren't as protected, though.
Aye, not sure how much they can rely on traps and fences. Good thing it's spring. The memories are now lost to the fog. I remember the days of hunger, angry looks, people crying after our caravan was robbed by bandits and our guards taken away by slave hunters. We lost so much. Was sure I'd leave my home for good and seek work in the city, but our elders decided to clear a chunk of the woods, secure a new pasture, risk it all. The beast showed up before the last tree had hit the ground. The runners and dragonlings hid the clearing and the fields, tearing our youth to pieces. The unicorn led apes, bears, and boars, breaking through our wall with a single strike of its massive head, right into the elders and children. No one tried to fight them, and yet no one escaped. The roads were overwhelmed by saurians. I was lucky, if that's the right word. Me and my 2 cousins were spearfishing in the pond at the edge of our forest garden. There was no smoke, but the shouts reached us. Climbed the trees to watch the carnage and left right away. We couldn't do anything.
That big bird.
But the path to Veritas was far from safe. We were shown a healthy dose of mercy, but we couldn't all find work. I was the only one with a healthy shell, so I joined a group of settlers and left for Windy Meadow, though it had no name back then.
You think about your first tribe often?
Can't recall their faces or names, just a few glimpses. My father's laughter and the scent of the blooming pond. But they were decent folks, faced their struggles together, helped their poor. As a child I was happy, when not hungry.
You used to be a fisher, spearfishing.
Just one of the many things I tried as a girl. Was meant to be a forager and a keeper of the forest garden. That's what convinced the settlers to take me with them. But for the first few years I did whatever they asked me to. We spent years living in small cabins, struggling to stay afloat. But there were some good days, too.
Who taught you how to use herbs?
Healers from other villages. I knew this and that already, but after a few of us died from simple fevers, the others agreed to pay the tribes for their knowledge. We then returned the favour. That's why you had a roommate for one summer.
Yeah, one very long summer. Have you ever got in touch with your cousins after that?
Merchants wrote messages for us on wax tablets from time to time. Sadly, my family never escaped poverty. The wounds they gained before we reached the city were like a chain. Their children managed to get us out of there, looked for adventure and took them on dangerous jobs. The cauldron we used is a gift from them.
So there were times when you didn't shun meeting new friends.
Since when are you so chatty?
Even when I was 10, you would visit us from other villages, herbalists, mages. Now there are one or two messengers a year.
Oh, I'm old and tired, and so are the people with whom I used to share knowledge. Dead, sick, or just caring about other things. As my thoughts and dreams get slower with the years, I find comfort spending time in my head, or counting the breaths of our forest. Friends leave us sooner or later, but feeling lonely on some days ain't the worst thing in the world.
But what's behind this loneliness?
You know the answer.
I'm the one who caused all this. I took away your last healthy years.
Oh, I don't even want to hear that. Was lonely long before you were born.
Folks have started making you angry. You grew tired of them.
Oh, that's part of it, sure. But I felt the same way when I was, your age, maybe. Think for a moment.
Well, for years now you've been insisting I should get married, as if it's something you missed on your own path. Is that a don't want you to repeat my mistakes I'm hearing?
Mistake may be the wrong word. I wish I could have married a terrible soul or a kind one that would have died young.
Right, can't be sure your life would have improved at all.
Yet you shouldn't plan each step you take based on the dream outcome. Too much chaos, too many tragedies. I've seen many of them, yet my life has been peaceful for the most part. I regret avoiding responsibilities, waiting for an accident to bring me my children and having no one by my side as they went away in a pyre. Getting old, thinking that maybe one day I'd have a change of heart.
I regret avoiding responsibilities. Yeah, okay.
Rejecting friendships, wanted to make sure I wouldn't lose my touch as a herbalist, and my heart would break if I were to see yet another village lost to a disaster. I'd rather be tribeless. I said these very words. I wouldn't say that I've wasted these years or that I've no peace in me. I would just prefer if things had ended up differently.
I don't love Ivolo. Never felt love. I sometimes crave intimacy, but I don't think I'd feel good having it only with my betrothed. I care about new and firmer, but don't dream about having someone to hug as I wake up, or planning my future with them, or making sacrifices for them, or growing old looking in their eyes. I don't know. I try to give it a shot, try to understand what others want. It doesn't look like I'm like them. You may not fall in love easily, but you can get attached to someone, build a new routine with them. What then? Get married? Hope I'd fall in love with my spouse in 5, 10 years? You don't have to love your spouse to build a happy life with them. Why did you agree to marry him? I thought I should at my age. I'm not a young girl anymore. The young people in the village keep flirting, dating, announcing themselves to other tribes. I thought it's time for me to be like the others. Must have felt strange to be so apart from these conversations. It was, still is. Have you decided where you'd live if you were to go through with the wedding? His place. It's very nice, clean. Oh, I wouldn't expect him to be the one running around with a broom and a dustcloth. Pays others to do that for him. His parents should have done a better job teaching him to pick up his toys. But I already know what's going to happen. He'll get bored with me. I'll get sick of him. What then? Well, the good thing is you're both busy. You two will be a pleasant distraction for each other, not the root of your lives. It would be nice to have someone to talk to in the evenings, especially after I'm gone. You keep saying that, but you're the healthiest old lady I've ever seen. The herbalist is never just an old folk. I've got a few more tricks to teach you. What a mysterious witch you are. I'm brewing herbs, not dabbling in curses. As if anyone can tell the difference. Oh, I could eat something. How about cookies? How about actual food? Oh, go ahead and make some yourself. Don't talk to me like that, young lady. Right, the forest fire. Oh, what's going on? Wake up. We've got to leave. Is it morning already? Fire! The forest's on fire! Is it here? Almost. Put on your robe. Latro's waiting. But the bombs! I'll grab what I can. Get dressed. I'll let the food burn and we'll have time to pick spring herbs in the wild woods. Let's take the summer and autumn plants. Got used to our cauldron. It's used up, but it's always been there. What matters is that we'll be safe. Salvia used to have nothing. We can start anew. All these balms, potions and powders. Gone. Could carry a few essential jars. Maybe some wound and fever remedies. As a kid, I used to open these just to smell the ground herbs. Until they got mouldy. At least I didn't try eating them. Still loved their scent though. Never cared much about clothes, and neither did Sylvia. I'll borrow something from Farah. We're so similar, she and I. Yes, she's so close with our parents. Trying to support her, though she doesn't need me to. My treasures. I mislaid each toy my parents brought here, but kept everything Salvia's made for me. I know every creak in this floor, every wood grain above my head and my bed. My room is just that, pile of memories. Good to see you, boy, but what happened? How's the village?
Safe for now. It's all my fault.
Are you hurt?
Better to head out. Arata's waiting for us not far away from here. We may face some desperate beasts, so take your weapons. Maybe a sleeping powder or a burning elixir?
I'd rather take a few more jars of medicine, but so be it.
Thank you. Forgive me.
I thank the right for your warning, Latro.
Wait until you hear the entire story.
Is Lana with you? Sulcus, we haven't seen him before. I guess he's Arata's husband, a farmer who'd rather spend his time with noble griffins than with humans. Doesn't drink much, but spends many hours distilling unusual hard drinks, which we sometimes use for our remedies.
We should go, now.
Oh, the bridge is cut off by flames. They'll reach the sheepfold soon.
We could set the sheep free, but they won't survive in the woods on their own.
I'm afraid you're right. Me and my daughters will look for them. Let's open the gates.
They can. They'll trample you. Stay out of the flock's way. Let's regroup by the large rock. We can call for our neighbours from there.
What about the Saurians?
Well, they're too busy fleeing from the smoke, I bet. Well, there they are, though I don't see Lana.
Start with Salvia, Latro, and Arata. They need to speak with the mayor as soon as possible.
If anything happens, go up the river. I'll be looking for you.
Are you all right?
Think I need a hug. Right, whereabouts? Oh, look at the little tree. All burned. Day 4.
"60 years of memories, gone like a dry cloth." What are you staring at? No goblins behind our backs.
They won't be able to sneak up on us in this wasteland, unless the mole rats get to us from below. I'll keep you safe.
Just don't stay in your perfect attire in a fierce battle trance. You could at least bring a sword instead of a knife.
Maybe start to pretending you can sound like you're from here. The animals would be too embarrassed to chase after us.
So harsh. I promised I wouldn't mimic all those aints and bouts and gunners, didn't I? Not that useless. Nothing else, I can help Salvia run. But as long as I can help you get back to the boat, my pride won't suffer. And thank you, Salvia. I like my robe a lot, but I ordered much lighter clothes for the wedding. For both of us. Perfect for the warm, late spring.
You city folk are more vain than peafowl.
I wish you could see some of our costume balls. They're atrocious.
Would pay the entrance fee to watch Salvia dance.
Oh, there's no fee. You need to be invited.
Even better. Found it. Unscathed. Threat dismissed.
A smile from the spirits.
You said these herbs are rather common.
But essential for Prairie, Inmara, Perega, and others. All their lingering problems.
Means we've got enough time to get in touch with other tribes and ask them for supplies.
Oh, congratulations then. We're in need of good news.
But we're done here. All that's left is to ask some strong folks to search the rubble for iron scraps. The travels that await us are going to be a pain. Not something my shell could endure. No neighbour of ours has a horse, right?
Not really.
I'll hire a messenger for you at the roadside inn in the north. He's already done some tasks for me. And of course, I'll be happy to cover the essential purchases from the neighbouring villages.
Yet the cost of all this.
Oh, I want to be a part of our village, including its troubles. Yes, my next year or two will be a bit lean, but my business in the city is doing better than ever. Mostly because I'm not the one pulling the strings. I'll be fine.
Apologies for the dog.
Thank you, though don't expect to get even more gratitude from me. Ever since you offered me that spare room, you've got all the thanks I can offer.
No, I don't mind. We'll be a family soon.
What if, I wasn't gonna move in with you?
Huh? Do you plan to stay with someone till the wedding? Quite a pious gesture from you.
Not sure if there will be a wedding.
Said you'd thought this through already.
If I were to go my own way, would you throw Salvia out?
Wait.
I'm sorry, I just have my doubts. Should have said something sooner. I didn't want to hurt you.
Evolo didn't invite me for your sake. We've made a deal, he and I.
What do you mean?
I won't wait 20 years for another hut and another forest. Every season may be my last. Don't have the strength nor the patience to wait for things to go back to the way they were. Evolo has offered me a room for years to come.
What does he get in return?
Oh, well, he'll write a book for me, make sure my knowledge of herbs and forest gardens won't be forgotten. May reach the city and all of the tribes of our province.
I'd rather pay a monk to turn our notes into a decent manuscript, but yeah. These tales will be worth a fortune, and I could hire a scribe to make 5, 10 more copies of it over the next few years. Send it to other cities for a good price.
Just imagine, my memories would enter monasteries, show people what I, and my masters have discovered. Then all the scholars and herbalists would compare it with their own notes, seeking a better truth.
I'm happy for you. That's great news.
I was hoping to tell you about this once we could see a bit of peace, but I'm glad you're on my side.
You really think I could hurt and humiliate an elder just to punish you for rejecting me?
I mean,
Since there are no goblins in sight, I'll make sure the boat is still, moored, I guess. Join me once you're ready to head back. I need your final decision, Yudusha, today. If I were to send someone to the inn tomorrow morning, I could still contact my family and guests and return the wares and supplies I ordered for the wedding. There's nothing wrong with having doubts, but I want to trust you, and I deserve your honesty. I love you.
Want to compete in feeling sorry for oneself?
you start.
I'm going to lose most of what we own to my father's debts.
I mean, I lost my house.
Yeah, a weak start. Point to you. But I do feel sorry for what happened to you and Salvia.
Thank you, it's been difficult.
What's been the worst part?
Learning everything anew. No morning tasks. Strange bed. Different air. More folks around me. No more strolls.
Is having a fresh start so bad?
To me, nightmarish. Yeah, because I don't want to generalize, but I think people with things like autism, that things like regular routine and sort of a set framework around your life is very helpful, and not having that can be quite hard.
Is it true all plants grow well in ash?
That depends. Not all flowers and shrubs, but most trees like it, especially evergreens.
Oh, which ones are those?
Those with needles and cones.
Right.
Well, next round. I'm on the verge of breaking my betrothed's heart.
Oh no! Want to talk about it?
Maybe once the dust settles.
Still, can't relate. Just yesterday, I agreed to marry Stabs.
You did?
Yeah, he's the warmest soul I know. Never gets pushy, never uses tears to control me.
But you do work for him.
Oh, well, not for much longer. My carpenter dream, you know. I'm chasing after it.
No way. Really? Your eyes are pretty well rested for someone going through so many changes.
Going through? I'm jumping forward like an acrobat. But I'm hopeful.
You should lose a point for that.
I'm still at 0, remember?
You love him?
Sure.
How do you know?
Well, for me it's easy. I miss him when I'm away. Enjoy the time we spend together. Even more so after work. I trust him. I want to have kids with him. I love the way he touches me too.
Ugh. You always sound like you got it all figured out.
Folks say the same thing about you, though I guess they ain't so polite about it.
I speak only on things I understand, unlike many around here.
Oh, it was different for me. I had to get strong to stand with my siblings, and Dad too. By the way, it's my turn again, and my big sis is a lazy idiot.
Don't have older siblings, but let's say I'll give you a point there. Firma's great.
No arguments there. Right, it's 2-1 now.
Yep, the gap's closing. Guess I won't win by bringing up Victus, but I do miss him.
It'd be a point for both of us. You're closer to him than I am, sister or not.
You don't spend much time with your family in general.
Look who's talking.
I chat with my real family all the time. Firma, Salvia.
Well, that's how you see it.
I do.
Just saying.
It's like a catchphrase.
But you can't run away from them forever.
Yes, changes everywhere. Can't keep up.
Ah, but ain't it a bit exciting?
No. I guess we'll go a bit longer. I was kind of waiting for this third chapter to finish and then sort of devote a last episode to the last chapter. But we're kind of still going here, so okay, we'll carry on for now. Still not sleepy? Could set up a wooden screen around your bed, reduce the light. Freddie was... I think she was Scottish. Oh, kind of better than usual. It's exciting to see all those people talking and bustling round, even if the day's so grim. That was a bit Irish. Can I be honest with you? Not the best moment. Many airs around us. Well, that's fine. I'm just trying to start a conversation. Don't let me keep grinding these herbs. Thought you wanted to share a dark secret with me. When you were little, I used to think you were mocking me, paying such close attention to my words. You did much more than thinking. You made sure Victus wouldn't talk to me before I came to you with Salvier, and apologised for disrespecting you. Oh, that's alright. I almost forgot about it. Ah, it's in the past now. We're fine. Thank you. Back in the day, I felt terrible. Salvia's explanations have taught me some patience. Dealing with people is difficult. You wanted to tell me something? Aye, you see, it's been so long since I left my house. Once my neighbours brought me outside, I couldn't believe how lovely Windy Meadow was. The sun is still bright, the wind is both chilling and gentle. My shell gets weaker, but the trees and birds carry on. I know my legs won't ever let me into the woods again. It may happen. You can now turn on your side and sit up, though with help. May you keep healing. I envy your hope. Well, but I hate living like this. Maybe speak about it with Vates. I ain't that good at soothing one's soul. I've already had time to think. More days than I can bear. I want to start leaving my bed again. Like on a cart. Or a wagon. Even a wheelbarrow if that's what it takes. I need to touch the living barrack again. Or just spend an hour by the well, chatting with others. Observe the playing children. Listen to a story or two. I've heard Fable is getting good at them. Have you discussed it with your husband? Got children in Inmara. They're waiting for you. Oh, that's mix the Scottish and Irish together. We've all waited enough. They're doing everything they can to look after me. I do see that. But they're not just waiting for me. Arbund is choking them. It hurts me to see what's happening to them. That may work against you. You barely survived the trip to the healers in Beritus. I'd rather have 2 good seasons to look forward to than dozens of unbearable ones. I'm withering. Ah, sure. Throw away our efforts to help you if you want. Believe me, I am. I'm grateful for everything you've done for me. Tell that to Salvier, though I guess you decided to speak with me because you know she would beat this idea out of your head. No, it's you I want to thank. I know you've done everything you could. Oh, Religa. This is her mum. Yudi, can we talk for a moment? Look at their eyes. Yeah, we can. You look good, pretty. Your furniture and supplies are in the warehouse, and Latro took the girls to look for the sheep. I'm aware. Thanks, Rel. Rel, that always sounds so silly to me, like I'm a young girl again. We really wanted to come sooner, but so much is going on right now.
The cake you brought us was delicious. You need to share your yeast with later. I'll ask Firma to bring you the jar, but maybe after we get through this chaos. According to what she told us, the goblins may come any day now.
What do you want? Are you sick?
No, Yudi, not at all.
Don't call me that. Eudocia, we're so sorry. Salvia deserved peaceful years in her lovely hut. Her hut was my home.
We want to help, see? Our house is always open to you, both of you.
We'll go through the hard times as a family.
The invitation is like a punch in your face. But after a few breaths, you push your anger deeper inside, regaining your control. For so many days, you've done your best to control your impulses. You're strong enough to see the souls in front of you as more as lost elders than beasts. Ooh, what should we do? I mean, I want her to accept it, but I feel like she would probably want to reject it. I want her to kind of resolve things with her parents. I'm going to accept it. Hey, thank you. Staying at Avolo's place, but things may change soon.
Oh, right, the wedding. So proud of you, darling.
Don't push. We won't, Eudocia. But maybe visit us for dinner sometime soon. We'd also be happy to welcome Salvia and Davolo, of course. Well, say, for now I've got a few things to take care of. We should head to the warehouse anyway. Let's hope this goblin nightmare will be over soon. Mm-hmm. There we go. So that was the end of the chapter. Good. Well, I'm glad we persisted with that, because I wasn't quite sure how much longer it would take to get through that. But we've got one more, which we'll do in the next episode. So we never really got to the bottom of Eudocia's issue. I mean, I'm reading into what we've seen, and do let me know in the comments your take on it. But I think she was probably suffering with autism. Her parents just struggling to manage that, not really knowing what it is or understanding it, which is why they gave her away. And she's obviously got bitterness about that. I think in their minds they would have felt they were doing the best thing for her, and maybe it was. I don't know, but I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on that as well. It's sort of probably the one story so far I'm I don't know. It's not that I'm not understanding it, but just it's probably the hardest one to get to grips with, perhaps. The other two were fairly straightforward, I think. Whereas this one is more sort of stuff that's unspoken, I suppose, in a way, kind of just hinted at. But yeah, no, enjoying it. And when we come back, we'll go into the 4th of 4 chapters. But if you enjoyed this episode, if you could hit the thumbs up button, that'd be great. As I said, leave me a comment. Very interested to hear your thoughts. And if you're watching this and haven't already subscribed to the channel, it'd be great if you could do so. So thanks very much once again. I hope to see you next time for more Windy Meadow. Bye for now.